So tonight we're going to be designing with TMI Gifts. We're going to be doing one of the first in our celebration series. And the first one we're going to be doing is something for a baby girl. Obviously, things can be used for any occasion, or it can just be for anybody who just loves pink. It's going to be a beautiful pink arrangement with pink ranunculus. Hey Gina, how are you? First one to the party, my friend. How is your week going? I have to say, I was rather organized today, which, as we know, doesn't happen very often, but I kind of got like my ducks in order. I got an Etsy order, which I have not had an Etsy order in forever because I have not touched my Etsy shop in forever. So when somebody ordered, I'm like, what are you doing? Why were you even there? It's like going to a closed mall. But anyways, I was like, I really should do something because as much as I love attracting customers to my own website, the beauty of Etsy is that it does draw in customers for us. And, you know, if we're doing our job and touching our store every day and doing the work and, you know, keeping our photos looking nice and all of those things, then it will pull in traffic. It'll pull us into the algorithm. So how the heck this person stumbled onto my shop, I have no idea. Grateful that she did make a purchase with me. So I was like, I need to just do a little bit of work on my Etsy shop today. Hello, Donna. How are you, my beautiful friend? Hello, Carolina. Let me move this over because then I don't have to keep looking over. Does that block anything? Hello, Robin. You are also my gorgeous dear friend. Thank you. You have your wreath room ready. Why are you messing with me? Why are you trying to make me say that? You know I can't say that. Wreath room ready. Hey, Tina. Good evening. Little hugs to you right back, my cute little emoji. Sweets right back to you, Miss Leslie. So we are going to be working on our first of 2 kits, which is for it can be for a baby girl. It can just be for anybody who loves pink. As we know, I love pink, but I also thought about how when Riley was born, my parents brought an artificial arrangement to the hospital, and I just thought it was like the sweetest thing. And we still have it today, and it really did stay in her bedroom until she was like 10, and you would wind it up and it would play You Are My Sunshine, and I just think it's so cute. So I hope that one day it gets passed down to another sweet little baby. Another sweet little baby. So when I did just show everybody these kits, what did I lie about? I lied about something. Okay, I lied and said there were 2 of these Smilax. Ooh, don't make clematis bushes. Okay, there's only 1 in each kit. I believe I straightened out my web of lies. But we do have this, which is wisteria leaf, which I'm going to say is kind of like a fancy girl's ficus. So we have 3 of these in each kit, okay? And as we know, this comes in for baby girls, and then we also have it for baby boys. So the kits are pretty much identical. It's just a matter of the pink or the blue. And I've done something to the comments. Hey, Debbie in Delaware. Let me see. Someone tell me how to get the crowns with the numbers. I think the crowns with the numbers, you guys can probably tell me more. Is it just have to do with how many times in a row you watch? I think that's what it has to do with, Donna, but let's be honest. I don't always know what's going on. If anybody can tell Donna how you get the crowns with the numbers. Well, Donna, you have a crown. Oh, what it means. Okay, I think it has to do with how many times in a row you've watched. Okay, so we're going to do, of course, ladies first. So, you don't have a clue. I love it. It's like, that's why TikTok confuses the heck out of me, because there's so much going on, and I'm like, I know nothing about what any of it means. All right, so I did link this kit on Facebook and on Instagram. I wrote it somewhere, but I think it was $88 full price with promo code CARA20. It was like $64-ish, free shipping. So it's a great kit. Okay, so what we're going to start to do is we are going to prep our container with our foam block and take a sip. My wine is warm, so I have those little like metal things in there. If I crack a tooth, it's not going to be worth it for some cool wine. But we're going to roll the dice on this one. Okay, so I'm going to be arranging on my Lazy Susan. Okay, she's nice and lightweight. And that way I can just keep a nice balance as I go. And as I'm prepping, okay, this has a plastic liner in it. If I was going to be using live florals or say a plant, I would want this. I do not want this for this purpose because it's just going to prevent my block from being in here, from staying secured in here. So I'm just going to pull that out. That's just my take on it. Okay, and so I'm just going to measure how big I want my block to be. Okay, so put a little dent in there. And then I use these foam cutting knives from Amazon. Okay, you can obviously use a ruler, a butter knife, whatever. Makes that sound. You can't make it sound good. And I'm just going to squish this down. Hey, Renee. Okay, the Crown rates you as the current commenter. Morgan, were you... If you were on my personal account, there's like one video. I think it's me walking through my house when it's being built. Clarion, what a beautiful name. You're both on the wrong account? I don't know what you were on. What account were you on? Did I do something? Did I bring people to a boring account of mine from a million years ago? Okay, so I want to make sure this is touching the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shave this off a bit. Yeah, guys, did I put people... It was you, but it was also Clarion Couture, which, oh my gosh, that is like... I need to know more about you, Clarion. How did you both do the same thing? Hello, Diane. How are you today, my friend? Okay, so I prepped this. So for me, we all have our different things that we like to put in our bases. Some people like to use the spray foam. I don't love it because I just don't think it's forgiving. You know, I get major like ADHD. I like to switch things up. So I like things that I can pull out. So whether or not I'm gluing, you know, if you're not gluing, this is definitely the most forgiving. But even if you are gluing, you can still pull things out. I've found in my experience, if I use the spray foam, one, I think it's kind of expensive. I think if you're selling, your arrangements are never going to come out for your customers. So I think it's great for selling. But personally, like if something hasn't sold in like a year or two, something like that, arrangements are kind of hard to store. Like my wreaths, I hang them from the ceiling. It's easy peasy, but arrangements, you need a lot of shelf space. So for me, if they haven't sold in a certain amount of time, I like to just pull them out and then just like, you know, do something different with them. So there is a good chance that like, I want something that I know I can like reuse the florals for. So I like to use this type of foam. I know TMI Gifts, they sell that hard foam. That also works great. I'm just kind of a wimp. I like the dry foam. The other one, you really have to work it through. You know, just kind of working on these babies right now. So I have this in, and then I have this little extra piece. So I can just take this guy and cut him in half. And we'll add him in. Okay, but dry foam. I got this at Michael's, I think. I feel like this is really expensive on Amazon. I think this is like $6 or something at Michael's. So I would not recommend getting it online. I think it's probably affordable at Walmart. If I breathe this in, I'm going to start coughing. Don't breathe it in. It is definitely not healthy for you. Okay. And then what I like to do is, even though I have this nice and like shaped for my arrangement, I like to just take a type of ribbon I don't like or I don't use a lot or it's inexpensive. I like to use burlap because I think it's got the most grip to it. And I like to cut some and just put it along the base of my arrangement. let's see. Donna, you cannot go in September, but no, which makes me sad, of course. I wish you could go. But it's a free event. So you don't have to, it's not a paid thing. If you're in that Facebook group, that free Facebook group, then you're in. You can watch it stream live. Morgan, if I'm wrong about anything, please tell me. But basically, everyone can watch it virtually. And then I believe you can just watch it, what, in store, Morgan? Or not? I don't know. I know you can watch it online. Robin. How to enjoy your... So Robin was just on one of my other things on how to enjoy your workspace, and one of the must-haves was wine fridge, which yes, I do have. I do have. It's right there, but I have to say, well, it has some wine in it. It also has some gummy bears. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some hot glue from my Surebonder buddy here, and then I'm going to take my piece of burlap, and I'm just gonna lay them down. And this is just gonna give something like really grippy, because I feel like with metal containers, if these things get jarred around with your foam, I just think that it could pop out. I'm always a little bit extra in so many parts of my life, so why would this be any different? If you're working with foam and wood, I feel like wood is gonna hold it a lot better, but just with metal, I don't know. I just have it in my head that you need a little extra. Hallelujah. Yes, if Morgan, am I correct that everybody can watch it free in the Facebook group? So if you are not already in the free Facebook group, it's gonna be a 2-day event. It's gonna be Friday on September 11th, and then they scheduled me in the morning, guys. I don't know who was mad at me. I don't know if Tiffany was mad at me. I don't know what I did. They scheduled me in the morning, I think on Friday. And then Saturday, they gave me, I think, an after lunch spot. But yes, it's going to be 2 days of designing, and we're doing all sorts of things. So I'm actually not doing a wreath. I'm going to be doing a mantle, and they have like a whole mantle setup, which I'm super pumped about. I actually like doing a mantle more than a tree. It just brings me more joy. I don't know what it is. I just love it. I love sitting by the fire. I love sitting there with my pups, with my baby girl. Like, I just really, my baby girl's 22, but you know what I mean. I just find it to be very relaxing. And then I'm going to be doing a tree the next day, a 7-foot tree. So they're going to match. It's going to be kind of like a whole thing. But a lot of the designers are doing some like bigger projects than what you may normally see us do, which I think is going to be really cool. Gummy bears are a must-have, yes. Morgan, yes. Anybody in the group is able to watch. Morgan, I don't know if anybody's able to post the Facebook group invite here. If not, I can post it under, I know I've posted it on my Facebook page. I can post it again. And TMI Gifts is located in Golden, Mississippi. I was gonna say Belmont, but that is not correct. Or is it? Is it? I don't think it is. Is it? Now I'm second guessing myself. All I know is that these ladies, they pick me up and then they drop me right off. Yeah, I've done like when I've been inviting people, I've gone to the Facebook page and like done that little link and then sent it to them. Like I sent it to Miss Donna, make sure that she was in. Because yeah, I mean, there's so many paid things to do, and I think that those are all amazing, but sometimes it's great to get a freebie. It's great to get a freebie when you have a whole lineup of designers, 2 days, and then if it's anything like the last event, it is in Golden, Mississippi. If it's anything like the last event, you can have all of those videos for a month, again, all free, and that way you can like kind of look back. So if there's supplies that you want to get, or just ideas and you want to write them down, or you know, you don't really have, oh my God, I'm such a baby, I just jumped. If you don't have time to watch, you know, all of the videos and you want to pace them out, then you can just do it over the course of a month. You know what I mean? Okay, still just prepping my container. Promise I'll do a little more working while I'm yapping. Hey, girl. Who do I have here? Do I have Tiffany? Do I have my Tiffany? I can hear you. I feel like I can hear you, Tiffany. But I got to make sure. It is Tiffany. Hello, Tiffany. It is our social media wonder, the one who wrangles all the cats. All right, so we are going to start off with, let's see, Tiffany and I go online. Okay, so we are going to start off with our wisteria leaf. Okay, and I love this for all the people who look down on the ficus. I'm just going to say this maybe more your speed. It definitely has more detail to it. So just like how I use ficus, I'm going to break this down, okay, into 3 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to bend it. I'm going to cut. This is literally exactly how I use my ficus. So cut it right at the base. And then this piece is a little bit long, so I'm going to go halfway down, cut it. And then usually this is a nubbin that isn't going to get used, but this guy is definitely going to get used. I'm so excited about the kit. So excited. And I was telling my mom about it because she gave us the arrangement that she brought to the hospital. And she too was like, I would have loved to have made something. Like just had something easy. So this is going to be something that's easy for someone to make. And then this video, it stays on YouTube. So, you know, say somebody buys the kit down the line, they can just go back to this YouTube video and, you know, look at it for inspo, or maybe they just want to do their own thing. You know, any of that stuff. They can look at it for some ideas, any of that stuff. Little built-in support. And they can look to see when Robin gets put in timeout, because it's gonna happen. All right. So I like to use the greenery just to establish my parameters. Okay, so again, we've got our Lazy Susan. We're going to use it to balance. Now we have these nice little handles. All right. I know, Robin. I hope someday we can. I always want all of my like creative friends. Like it'd be so awesome for us all to just be able to meet. All right, so I'm going to be using my glue pot. And I'm going to start on the side, okay? And I'm going to bend this down. We're going to bring a little bit of drama to this. Okay, so as I'm pushing this in, I'm going to give it like a nice little bend downward. And also, if you're not like super familiar with doing arrangements, or you're just not really sure of how you want it to turn out, you can also just not glue. You can glue at the end. You can take a glue gun to it, you know, or you can just not glue at all. If you're not selling and you're not shipping it, it doesn't need to be glued. Morgan, be careful what you wish for. You need to have like a separate timeout area. It might need to be somewhere in the back of the warehouse for this one. Hello, Larry. How are you? I'm not running and I'm not hiding from you. I go looking for you, lady. You know I enjoy you. You are nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble, and I am here for it. So I'm glad that you found us, and I'm glad that you're joining us. All right, so I'm going to continue on with the sides. And I'm going to try and have the side, you know, like it go a little bit wider. More of like an oval-shaped arrangement. I say this, a lot of my things end up being very round, so we will see how I do. Yes, and Tiffany is putting in the link for this kit. Again, it was $88 full price. There's a ton of stuff in this, so even if you didn't want to do the arrangement, if you want to make this into a wreath, there's a lot with the ranunculus. We've got 2 bunches of ranunculus. We've got Queen Anne's lace, which I love. We've got really nice berries. I gotta say, David Christopher has been cranking out some stuff. Cranking it out. I love seeing like how he and his wife work together. They did a video on this swag, and basically It was a swag with 3 picks, I'd say, and they just layered 1, 2, 3. And those are the kind of things that if you are selling at a craft show or you're new and you're looking to have things to like stock in Etsy shops, you know, say you are selling, or you're just looking for a confidence booster, finding some of those shortcuts, there's nothing wrong with it. You're still designing, you're still creating that. You know, they did the 3 picks, layered it, and then they slapped a bow on it, and it was beautiful. So you could have bought it completed. So if you're looking for ideas like that, if you find their Facebook page, I saw it on there just a day or 2 ago. Okay, and they sell a lot of their products with TMI Gifts. All right, so let me take some of these smaller pieces. Because although I think bald is beautiful lately, we got to have some green all around. So I'm going to take that, have some out front. And I'm just being silly, guys. If you know, you know. And put some on every side. I would sit in timeout with you. I think we'd get in a lot of trouble, though. When I was in high school, I was the first year that they had girls, so like you can, and it was a preparatory school, so like you can probably imagine, like middle school, I was a nerd, like, you know, I was decently behaved for the most part. At least I started off that way, but come high school, it was a different story. And so in high school, it was like you get 5 write-ups, and then you basically get an in-house suspension on a Saturday. And so like I got written up for like your midriff is showing, like just silly stuff. And I have to say one of the more satisfying things was dating the assistant headmaster's son, because he did not like me, which again, that alone was a great reason just to date him. But of course I managed to get the 5 write-ups and get suspended on a Saturday, having to spend it in the cafeteria. And yeah, and I forged them all. Parents did not know. They were none the wiser how fresh I was. But Lord knows they're quite aware now. Quite aware now. So I have been in timeout, and I will be in timeout again. I do not doubt it. All right, so I'm using the shorter pieces. So the parts with the handles have the longer aspects to them, the longer trailing pieces. And then for the front and back, I'm trying to keep it on the shorter side. So what I'm doing is I'm just breaking these down a little bit more. It was very much like the Breakfast Club, yes. And then I look at my daughter, and she like truly is like an angel. And all the years that my mom was like, I can't wait for you to have a daughter that's just like you. And she's nothing like me. I honestly, like, if I did not birth her, I would question it. And so I love to ask my mom, like, would you like any parenting tips? Because she came out really well. And nothing, I don't know if anything could make her more angry than when I say that to her. Because obviously my mom was great. I did not have to put her in daycare. So she helped quite a bit with my daughter growing up. So, but it is very funny to say to her nonetheless. Nonetheless, I will never be too old to not aggravate my mom because I love her so much. Isn't that what you do? You pick on those you love. Larry, I'm gonna guess that you can relate to that a bit. All right. So here we go. We have a nice fresh base, right? Robin is saying we're way too much alike. Yes. Open up a side that never existed. It was so much fun. Yes, and we survived it. So that's all that matters. All right. So I'm loving this so far. And I think the greenery looks so lifelike, right? And I love the way it's falling. And then we still have this. So we have a filler bush to work with. But now we're going to go with we have not 1, but 2 bushes of our ranunculus, okay? And these are our star of the show. These are our florals. Tiffany's like, no, let's stop talking about that. We're doing sweet little princesses because all little girls turn out sweet. Not like you. Just kidding. Mom and Dad thought you were bad until you're young. Oh, see, you, Larry, were you an angel? Were you? I'm gonna wonder on that. I know that I think that you are a wonderful person and you bring me great joy. Only 3 of these kits left, okay? And you're seeing like all that is in here. So we have 2 of the ranunculus, which I have to say I was using the orange ranunculus. I have a wreath that is almost done for my Real Housewife, and I have to say I don't want to brag, but to me this thing is like fire. I'm super excited. TMI, when you see, well, see, like now I just sound boastful, but I got so excited. I was dropping F-bombs when I was pulling stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, the color combo to me is really fantastic, and I'm looking at it. I think it's all, see, like now I've built it up, and you guys might be like, you built it up too much, but I love it, and I think it's almost entirely your product, so I love it. But it does use your ranunculus, the orange, okay? But the quality on this is absolutely phenomenal, okay? Good enough to put in a wreath for my Emily Simpson. And I will say I am very careful with what I put in, because the last thing I want to do is put something in and have her be like, bye-bye, bye-bye. So I only put in really, really nice quality materials into her designs. Okay. Now I'm pushing down the foliage on this just because, well, it's a little bit bluish. And I know I say like, yes, you can totally mix the families. For this though, I want this to look nice and fresh. And I feel like this has like that nice fresh yellow base greenery. And for these, it almost looks like rose leaves, and it's a bit on the bluish side. There are 3 of us. Oh my gosh. See, someday I think we need to go to TMI Gifts together just to see, because I actually do think, that they could handle the crazy. I think that there are so many of them, and they all are just so well-natured. And again, there are so many of them. They do outnumber us. Does have such an airy feel. So again, if you're looking for even like just the greenery alone, this is a great, like ficus can't do this. Ficus is a very flat, 2-dimensional greenery. So this was the, good Lord, I forget things the second I'm done with it. It was not the clematis, it was the wisteria. This is the wisteria greenery, okay? And you can see this was only 3 stems of it. So we took 3 stems, and we've made an entire base. Okay, so this is a great greenery. I think I will actually be circling back to TMI Gifts if they have some available still. This is just a great base greenery if you're someone who likes to make arrangements. Yes, Morgan, you guys do love the crazy. Tiffany is saying they are crazy. They're a good kind of crazy, for sure. And oh my gosh, I had posted a picture the other day, and Jessica came out and she was like, do we have matching tattoos? And I was like, I don't know, do we? Because if we do, I'm going to make it permanent, because mine was a temporary one. And then I sent her, I had one of like a rodeo cowboy on the back of my neck. And I'm like, well, do you have this one? And she's like, maybe I need to get it. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go. Oh, they're ready for any age crazy, Donna. Any age crazy. All right, and Tiffany was just kind enough to drop the skew for this wisteria. And I feel like the wisteria is not expensive. I kind of think it's like $3, but that is me working off of a very forgetful memory. Oh my gosh, it's $1.95 before the discount, which means it's $1.60 with the discount. And remember, if ever you're ordering a kit, you always order things separate. Look at that, ladies. I'm prepared. I'm prepared. $1.60 a stem. Perfect. Ooh, Carolina, this would be perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. And I love that you're making their centerpieces. See, like, that is a gift of love, and they'll like never forget it. And they'll always have it. You know, whether it's like they're going to guests or they're going to keep some for their home, like they will always have that. All right, so let's go in with our flowers. We have broken down our ranunculus. Okay, I did take off the greenery, but I left on. So what I like about these is that they have a bunch of texture already on them. Okay, so if you're new to this or you're not looking to do a ton of shopping, okay, they have some little, I don't know, if like seedlings, kind of like some eucalyptus. They got some like really pretty parts already attached to them. So that kind of takes away some of like the shopping you might need to do or some second guessing on what pairs well with this flower. All right, so I want to start with something taller in the middle. So just looking at what I cut. I am not fishing. I was reading Donna's thing, and therefore I blame Donna. And Robin wants to hang out with you. So we want all of the crazy of all ages. Carolina, I saw when you posted your arrangement from, was it like 20 years ago? And it was so like contemporary, like, not contemporary, like modern, like not in that way, but contemporary in the fact that it's like literally what the standard is today and the style. I was so like blown away. Okay, this is actually a little too high. To me, that's like, you're quite the visionary. I thought that was awesome. I think it's amazing that your mom saved those pictures for you to see, because what you did in your photos was you saved the negative space, which is something that even with all the guidance and all the lessons, I struggle with so much. And for you to have just done that on your own, when I don't know that that was like a big thing back then, I could be wrong, but like you were already doing it. You were like ahead of the trend. That's like so special to me. Oh, all right. So you ladies are near each other. I love this. All right, so I'm gonna just start marking. We're gonna have middle, side. Then we're gonna do the other side. Alright, so you can see right now we have this line laid out. Now I'm going to have this line, I'm going to do it a little bit shorter. And just because the way these are cut off the bush, some of them are just going to be shorter. So I just want to use those up first. It's true, Carolina. It is so true. I was like, I love that arrangement. I love it. I was jealous because I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like Carol Matheson. Like, I am a more is more, and I cannot stop myself, even though that's the goal, is to leave that space. It's very hard for me to do. It's just a work in progress. You know what I mean? This is where we all have like our comfort zones or our limitations, and that's what we're all like practicing on. Like, I know where my weaknesses lie, like, and where my areas of improvement are, and that is definitely one of them. I mean, I love more is more, but when I'm intentionally trying to do something and it's just a challenge for me, I know that. All right, so here is our second line, okay? The wedding is next year, okay. You don't know how many tables. Carolina, are you doing white? Because honestly, and this is not like a sales pitch, you really should check out the white bouquets that they have at TMI Gifts. Of course, if they're doing colored flowers, then that's something totally different. But you could also always check in with them. All right, and then let's do one going a bit diagonal. So I'm gonna do one here. Okay, now I'm gonna spin and do one right here. Make sure it's gonna be tall enough, which it is. All right, so I'm just gonna keep showing you guys the line. So this is the line here, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm gonna spin it and do another line. It's going to also go 1, 2, 3. And this might totally not make sense to you. This is like when people design, I think they envision things a certain way, and it might make sense. It might totally not. So this might be helpful. It might not. And if it's not helpful for you, then like everything else, take what is helpful, and then like do away with whatever is not. If it's not helpful for you, if you find it confusing or frustrating, then it's just not for you. Do away with it. Because we all process information differently. We see things differently. So it's just not, it's not the best teaching method for you. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I did here 1, 2, 3. Because what I found, especially with bow making, when I did not know how to make a bow, there were so many things that I would watch and I would get so frustrated. And the more I would try and watch the same thing over and over again, if it wasn't a teaching style that worked for me, it just wasn't. But like instead of just calling it, I kept sticking with it. And sometimes it's just, you have to just acknowledge this just isn't the right like connection for me to be learning. And you know, like this might be a great teacher for me, but this might not be the best fit for this particular thing. You know what I mean? Let's see, no white. Let's see, kind of specific. Donna's definitely up to trouble. Moody Res. Ooh, is it a fall wedding, Carolina? All right, I feel like we're on like a girls trip, Robin and Donna. I'm here for it. All right, so now we have, let's see, we always want to know where we're standing with our extra florals, because we do still have some Queen Anne's lace, and we have some berries, okay? 1, 2, 3, like the Tootsie Roll owl. Why I didn't say that in my head, and why I said that out loud is like poor decisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, left. 8. Look at my daughter's like, did you have to say that? Did you have to do that? I'm like, no, I didn't. It seemed like a good idea, but no. I'm pretty sure she's used to me. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is less of the rhyme and reason. I'm going to start just going through, and when I see that there are some really bare spots, I am just going to go and plug in one of our beautiful ranunculus. And what I love about these is that they have a little bit of a tinge of green, which just gives them like such a natural look. And I also don't want to disregard that down below, people are going to be looking. Okay, so sometimes when we're designing up above, we kind of forget that down here, if someone's sitting at a table, this is what they're going to be looking at. Okay, so we want to not neglect that. I am going to be putting Spanish moss here at the end. I didn't bring it over, so I may or may not like go and grab it. But we want to make sure that this is going to look beautiful from the top to the bottom. It has to be finished all the way through. Okay, so before I forget, I want to make sure that I take one of these and have it nice and low on the opposite side. So much mischief with you ladies. We would have such a good time. All right, we're picking up Gina too. I know I did not win Powerball, guys. I'm sorry. I did let you down. It was not my intention. My intention was to be filthy rich and just get the bus fired up. It did not happen. I'm not sure what I did wrong. So, interesting fact about Powerball. was I wanted to know, like, what are you more likely to win at? Is it if you let it pick for you or if you pick for yourself? So the odds are like even. However, you're more likely to split when you pick yourself because we all pick, you know, our anniversaries, birthdays, all of those things, and everybody else is doing the same thing. So I am now just letting it pick for me. I'm done with being sentimental. I don't share well. I had a beautiful mansion picked out. Can't believe I have to say goodbye to it. And the staff I had hired in my mind to bring the boat in and the dock. It's terrible. I was going to give them a great Christmas bonus, and now they're going to get nothing. Just like me. Just like me. Nothing. See, Donna is all on board too. Donna and Robin, I think we're all in pretty much. I wish you ladies were able to join us. Because honestly, like when I go out to, when I am out in Mississippi, like they really do make you feel like you're at home. Like they take care of everything. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And they feed you, and there's just like always stuff around, and everyone's so friendly, and you know, because it's kind of hard to just go, even though we talk online and all of that stuff, it's always going to be a different story when you actually go somewhere by yourself. Like, and I like to travel, like, I like to physically travel on like a plane by myself, but it's a different story when you actually go somewhere and you're on your own. And like the first time I went, you know, it wasn't like I had like an Ashley with me, like, I was fortunate enough to have great designers that welcomed me, but it was still getting to know people on my own. And these ladies make it so easy. I mean, they just come from a big family, a very loving family. And it's just a loving crew there. And so like you really, that's kind of the difference when you're working with a family-owned business is like, it's not just like, you ain't going to get a hug from Walmart. You might take a lot of things with you from Walmart. You might not want them, but you know, you're going to take a lot with you when you are working with a family-owned business. All right. So let's do some of our filler greens. All right. So these are pushers. Okay. Pushers are great because we can decide how much we want this like condensed or airy. I'm going to push it up a little bit. All right. Larry. Let's see. I was told people couldn't spend that much money, and she said, hold my beer. You should have been like, hold my Dom Perignon champagne. Yes, I know. My dad was like, I only need 1 million. And I'm like, well, yeah, but the house I picked out was 15 million, so... Oh yes, we're gonna eat. And when I did not know what hush puppies were, because Misty is supposed to be like the one who teaches me things, and I was like, well, you done failed, because I was like, what are these yummy balls of food? And I had no idea, but they're so good. So good. There's more food I need to try. And last time, someone brought me a fancy wine glass, and I was like, do not insult me. I do the mason jar when I'm here. But I will say at my Airbnb, there was some fancy, fancy goodness there. Tracy and the TMI crew hooked me and Ashley up something fierce. So, no mason jar there. We were quite spoiled, and I'm always quite grateful, as was my Mima, Ashley. All right, so as I'm yapping, I'm going to go through. Okay, each of these clematis, you can cut them so they're in threes, or you can have them individual. The way I cut them, they kind of fall in individual. Oh, the fish place is so good with the hush puppies. Yes, I'm all on board with Angela. Yes, so the Airbnb that Ashley and I stayed at was beautiful, first of all. And it was a loft though. So because it was a loft, it okay. Because it's a loft, it didn't go all the way to the ceiling. So I was on the phone and I was talking about, and Ashley calls herself Mima. And I love Ashley. Like, I love Ashley to pieces. And so I was like, well, Mima's already in her robe. And all of a sudden, Mima's like, I can hear you. And I'm like, dang it, Mima can hear me. We had so much fun. Like, I don't know. I never wanted a sister. I still don't. I love my sister-in-laws. But I was like, it almost made me want a sister. I was like, I love spending time with Ashley. I loved having coffee with her. Like, and I wouldn't have had that experience, like, I wouldn't have had it if it wasn't for, like, TMI Gifts, like, bringing us both in and, like, letting us do that. It was so special. Like, I just feel like I've had so many special experiences because of TMI Gifts. They put up with me. Again, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, but they do it. So again, we're just filling in with our clematis. I took that bush and I'm just breaking it down into individual branches. And if you see the glue hairs, not a big deal because I'm going to take a blow dryer at the very, very end. And I'm just going to take all of the glue strings and just either pull them off or melt them on. And I'll also be using some UV spray. Some of the products, I haven't researched them. They might have some UV protection already applied. I don't know. Even if they do, I think for a while, I'm still going to just be applying it until I just learn more about it. I'll just feel better. You got to do the mason jar. Absolutely. I know. I am going to miss her. I am. I sent her off a voice memo today. It is so funny. Like, we just kind of became, like, friends on... We just became friends through Facebook. And she was like, want to be my friend? And I was like, yeah, you want to be my friend? And that was, like, legit it. And it's been, like, a solid friendship for years. Which, I'm not saying women don't become friends like that. I'm just saying, like... We have, like, learned a lot about each other and our lives and our families and all of those things. And I look at the things that she does and I am, like, in awe of all that she does. And when I am driving that crazy train, crazy bus, I will say that she is always there to support me. And she never gives up on me. And she is always, like, just showing me love. So it is, like, a real... There's a lot of love there. So, very grateful for us having that experience together. And I love my Mima. And I don't know how she packed such a small bag, but managed to get that bathrobe in there. But it was pretty funny. And she wasn't as impressed with the Piggly Wiggly as I was, but that's fine. I don't have a hardware store that sells cakes. We don't have that up here. Okay, this is where I break my teeth, those metal things. Donna, you tell Ashley to bring me down to her lake house. I am definitely going to enjoy it. I will miss her. But I have been down there before without my Mima. That was a very special treat. That was a very special treat having her down there. But... the ladies of TMI and all of the other designers, absolutely, we're going to have a great time. So, maybe I will pack a Mima robe just to keep my Mima in mind because I love her so, and she knows I do. All right, so right now, don't mind all the glue hairs, but we have our ranunculus, okay? So we have kind of kept the shape. Proud of myself that I did not go around like I usually do. Okay, but we have our shape. We do have some gaps, but we have our beautiful Queen Anne's lace. And I will say this stuff looks like real Queen Anne's lace, which I love. This is David Christopher. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently separate each of these stems like so. And I'm going to cut them more towards the base because I just don't know how high they're going to need to be. I mean, Donna, can we work on Jeff? Like, should we work on Jeff? How is Jeff doing, by the way? Well, you don't have to tell me. I hope Jeff's doing well. How about that? How about that? How about less intrusive questions and just well wishes? You tell him Red is saying, hello, Jeff. Hello. And then I'm thinking about him. Yeah, we do have fun. And it's so cute to see, like, Misty and Angela, that thing where they were doing, like, I don't know, was it like a kid? No, it wasn't. Was it Kid and Play, that dance they were doing? Or was it crisscross? I don't know. I am going to refill because I do not want my teeth smacked out by these little metal things. Because if they come for me and I'm missing a tooth, nobody's going to want to watch me. All right. All right, so starting up top. And I don't want these to go higher than our florals. I want them to be just a little bit lower. Okay, now I'm going to rotate this around. See the front. I'm just going to keep a count, so I have 2, 5 of these. All right, we're going to turn it. Do the same thing on the other side. Oh, this is so sweet. I can totally imagine like how like proud I would be if I showed up to somebody's whether it's like their baby shower or if I did have the honor of like going to meet a baby at a hospital and having this and then saying like once they gave me the clearance that they liked it, being like, well, I made it. You know, you'd want to wait for that A-okay, but they're definitely going to say that they love it because it is so beautiful. And also, if you were doing just any event or just in your home, if you love pink, this whole arrangement is just perfect. I mean, this is not baby specific. I know I kind of did it with the whole Prince and Princess theme. It just kind of struck me in that moment. But this is really perfect for anyone who loves pink, anyone who loves blue. Like the blue is perfect for things that are coastal. You know, pink is like, you know, again, anybody who is a lover of pink, it all works. All right, so here we go. And now last but never least are good quality berries. So David Christopher has again delivered. So I'm just gonna pull these apart. We are going to maximize our berries. These are great quality, okay? You can give them a little squish, but they do have like a nice hard plastic on them. And I'm gonna spread these out I could just separate them, but I think that we're gonna be able to just keep them on the same stem. Same thing over here. Peel some off. And just keep these last two. Oh, maybe three on the same stem. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Okay, starting in the middle. So many glue hairs right there. All right, let's see how this works. And everything is so malleable, so we always want to make sure that our materials are working for us. Okay, so just that one piece, as you can see, went 1, 2, and then I just bent the other one for 3. And then on this side, I'm going to repeat the same thing. And go 2. And then let's plug these guys all in individually so that no matter what angle we're looking at or whatever angle we're sitting at, say this is on a table, we're just getting to see a little bit of everything. We want every angle to be the best seat in the house when it comes to our design. You don't want someone seeing a different arrangement than the person next to them, you know what I mean? I am loving this. I feel like this is one of those things that you're gonna touch because you're just like, is it not? I'm not sure. Plus I'm just nosy and I have to touch everything. All right, last piece. Where's she gonna go? All right, she's gonna go right here. Right, so let's see. Oh, I've been missing comments. Oh my goodness. Gina, I agree that this would be beautiful for a wedding. I think would also be great for like a bridal shower. Diana, I'm so glad you like it. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Laurie. I do love the berries. You know, there were no berries that match like the baby boys one, so we have some like blue filler flowers because good berries are just so hard to come by. Hey, Cynthia. Thank you so much. Oh, Donna, you're always so good to me. My goodness. What did I just touch? I just touched something I shouldn't have. Okay. Ooh, you're getting a new blue kitchen? Hello. I know, Robin. I don't do anything small. It's kind of a problem. Thank you, Morgan. All right, guys. So this is again, we're calling it Little Princess, but it's really for anything. It is a pink arrangement. Definitely perfect if you are going to a nursery, you're going to visit a baby girl, but also if you want a beautiful pink centerpiece, if this is just your vibe in your home, like any of those things. And I mean, really, there were some star components here. I will say that the wisteria, I don't want the ficus to hear, but this is way better than ficus. So I don't know if this is in stock, ladies from TMI Gifts, but the price is almost the same, but what it does is like way more. It's not two-dimensional, and it has the same amount of coverage. So yes, we do not, Donna in all caps, we do not want small, Robin. No, we don't. I'm so glad you like it, Carolina. Aw, thank you guys so much. So yes, the Prince kit is exactly the same, really, with the exception of, instead of the berries, okay, we're going to be working with these beautiful filler flowers. It's still going to be a beautiful arrangement. It's still going to have the same with the Queen Anne's lace and all of that. It's just, instead of the berries, it's going to have their blue wax flower. So in some ways it might seem a little bit more full. It's just, it doesn't have like these super high quality berries, which I'm just such a sucker for berries. So yes, so we will be doing this. I don't know if we're going to do it next. I feel like we should mix it up. I feel like maybe the next thing should be the wedding one, because I'm just so excited about it. And I really want people to get their hands on the bouquets or the bushes, just because I scooped up a ton. I just think that they're like a gem, and I feel like they were like $12 or $13 at full price. So yes. Who wants more? Yes, I love the blue. I love the blue. Do you guys want to see a sneak peek of what I've done for the house, for my Emily? I can't say my. That's so obnoxious. Let me show you. It's not done by any means, but I want to show you what I've done so far. I might regret this. I'm already regretting it, actually, which is even better. There's nothing better than regretting things that you voluntarily did to yourself. Okay, so I used a bunch. This is from my TMI Gifts. This was from my last order, okay, which had, these are kind of like watermelon peonies. These are some of the gypsum. I think it says white, but they're kind of lime. These were the ranunculus, I believe. Okay, I think these are TMI's. Okay, but these are their orange ranunculus. Okay, that was something else. Not done, not polished. Oh, and then I used the pink rose leaf, but I'm not gonna bore you with that. Okay. So, hold on. This thing is completely not polished, but this is what I have so far. Okay, and I think, again, she's stabbing through. This thing is not done, but when she is done, okay, and Emily is just a queen and she dresses just like fire, I think it's going to be beautiful against her door, and I just cannot wait. So this is like the starting stages, and I did some videos on it, like it in the making, and this is, I believe, almost entirely with TMI gift product. So I did this all in an unboxing. Like this is like, even this, yes, I believe it's pretty much all TMI gifts from the last unboxing I did, which was kind of like off season. I think almost all of it is. But do you guys like it? Because I don't like show her. I just like send it. You know what I mean? So, oh, Leslie, okay. All right. Maybe I need a little reassurance there. Oh, good. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Okay. I'll show you guys when it's like all polished, because I did that during, you know what's weird is, I don't know if anybody, like, if you do a time lapse, which is like when it speeds things up, I'm really weird that I like try and work really fast. The whole point is like, it's gonna make you look like you're working fast, but I do it anyways. It's always weird. So I need to just like take my time, like not on camera, and just like actually really like polish and like do it. But if you do look, I'm gonna stab myself and need a tetanus shot. But like, you can see like the ranunculus are on here that we use, and they have like the same, like all of those little extra add-ons. Like, there's a lot of really cool things here from TMI Gifts. So I'm very excited. I'm super excited to show you guys like the final product when it's done. But yes, there is, I know we're kind of like moving into fall, into Christmas, but it ain't fall on Christmas everywhere. So if you are interested in the kit, it has been linked in the video. If you're interested in any of these products, you can shop and use the promo code CARA20, save 20%. For kits, you want to purchase them separately just for free shipping. And then you can, anything else, you can either, you know, purchase together. You can save 20% or girl math it and just buy 20% more ribbon because they just got a huge haul in. And let me tell you, it's good stuff. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Hey, Deb, thank you so much. Where can we watch? So I just did, Donna, I just did like I already said it, like, what is it called? The fast forward thing. It's not going to be a regular video because I just wanted to like do it. So there won't be like a whole video on me doing it. It's just going to be like a quick like reel thing. But I will show more of like when it's done and all of that stuff. So hopefully I'll have that out to her within the week. And then hopefully we'll see some more like content with her and her wreath. Lori, this is actually something I put together for one of the Real Housewives of Orange County. So this is not a kit. This is just a bunch of like materials that I kind of like pulled together from my last haul from TMI Gifts. Yes, very excited about it. Not done, but it will be. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. You guys have just been amazing. You guys, not only do you show up, but you guys show me like so much encouragement, and I just appreciate it. So week after week, I have to thank you. So if you enjoy this, content, I have to say, please like, subscribe, and share because it helps your girl out and it helps me grow and all of those things. But again, what's most meaningful is actually being able to connect with you guys because that's what actually like keeps me going. So I hope everybody has a good night, and I will be on next Tuesday. I'm not sure what we're going to do next, but plan on it, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Mwah. Bye, everybody.